things were wrong about losing the game, but one of the really unfortunate things about losing the game is we didn't get to celebrate your pass. So tell us about that play.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, Coach called it. We've been looking forward to doing that, and I was a little nervous going out there, but had to execute. And luckily, Dalen made a play, got the first down, so that's cool.
So is it something y'all were working on even back in the summer and you just didn't know, or did you have a hunch that might be using it in that game in particular?
It's kind of like something you look for each game to see like what the other team's doing and see if it will work or not. And I mean, we work on those kind of things all the time, but saw an opening for it, and Coach called it.
So he called it before you went on the field. Y'all didn't communicate why.
Yeah, it was already set.
When was the last time you threw a football in a game? Or was that the first?
Oh, I've never thrown a football in a game. Yeah, no.
Your first ever pass.
Yeah, first ever.
Isn't that crazy?
Worked out well. Yeah, I mean, we do it in practice all the time, but it doesn't compare to a game.
Yeah, so I mean, the lights are on. I mean, you got the people out there in the stands. I mean, you had to go out. It's like we were talking about the other week. It's like you get one shot, right? You have one shot and you nail it.
Yeah. I mean, as a punter, you don't really get many passes, so it's cool to do.
How is this season going for you? Do you think?
I think it's going decent. Could always be better. There's a couple punts I'd like to have back, a couple kickouts I'd like to have back, but overall, you got what you got.
You followed, I don't know, probably the most popular punt. Punters aren't really popular, but he was popular. Like he had, fun, personality, and all. And so, what was it? What was it like learning under him, and how much pressure was it trying to kind of follow him as good as he was?
Yeah, I mean, learning from a guy. I mean, you know how the Australians are. They're cool to be around, and he, especially him, he's a good guy. And so a lot of the stuff I did last year was like a lot of rollout style, kind of how he does. So it was cool to learn kind of that on top of like the traditional American style. But yeah, I learned a lot from him. And what was the second part?
How did you feel pressure? Like how did you deal mentally? I got to follow this guy who's been all conference multiple times, and everyone loves him, and they don't even know who I am. And what was that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's a little bit of pressure because I mean he was all conference. I don't know how many times in a row. There's a little bit of pressure there, but I mean, all you can do is just go out there and do your best and try to help your team win.
Did you do real well in the spring and you came into August confident, or how did your progress go there?
Yeah, I would say confidence just grows every day. Like you get those reps with the team. Throughout spring, we didn't really have anyone else, so it was kind of weird not really having like competition like when we had Reese before, because I mean it was fun to compete with him. So it was just improving over spring, and then especially towards the summer and then fall camp, that really helped me feel a lot more comfortable.
What about the kicking off part? Is that harder than punting, really, or easier than punting?
It's just different. It's just different. I'd say kicking off's a lot like, do you golf?
Well, I have played golf.
It's a lot like hitting your driver. Like you go out there and you try to kill the ball. And it's sitting there. You don't have to worry about a snap. You don't have to worry about a lot of moving parts. So that's why I say kicking off's a lot like that.
Yeah,
is there a speed slot?
Yeah, the middle of the ball you want to hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some direction involved in that as well.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you're definitely aiming and then getting it as deep as you can to help the team. It definitely helps the cover guys getting a better kick every time. And then with punting is a lot of the same things. Direction, not as much distance, but more so height and hang time stuff.
Did you kick off in high school?
Yeah, I did all three in high school.
And what was the the competition level, like in the spring to kick off, or did you have that job in the spring as well?
Yeah, I kicked off last year, so that kind of helped me out a little bit. But of course, I mean, every offseason there's going to be competition. They're going to want other guys to come in and push you, and I mean, if they're better, then they should start.
The relationship with Coach Pascal, talk about him.
Yeah, he's it's a lot like your friend, but at the same time, is a strict coach. So there's moments where it'll be like you're talking to your best friend, and you can chit chat this and that. But then there's also moments too where he's super serious. You got to lock in, and it's professional but friendly. So.
Is that how you prefer your player to coach relationship to be, or Or what is your preference?
I don't know. I've had all sorts of special. I've had almost a different coordinator every single year, dating back to the last squad I was at, and I mean, he's my favorite so far. But I guess it's just different every single one.
So what is your goals? Like, what's the next level for you?
Goals on a basic level, just help the team win every time. Just get the best kick I can, help the guys out, cover kicks, cover punts, and just help win games. Overall in the season, obviously want to be up there in the conference. I mean, with the whole Reese thing, I mean, a little pressure to do good. But yeah, help win games, be the best I can. I mean, and if the rest of the stuff falls with it, then that's cool too.